I think democracy they get progress every day, or we go say they reverse or they deteriorate every day. Because looking at the state of things, in democracy, the people now they get rights for determine whose kind of government for rule them, and then get for determine the state of affairs of things, and also in democracy, the welfare of the people for be the most paramount things. As we sit today now, the economy is in a bad shape. The average Sierra Leonean unable to afford in daily bread. So generally, as we say, violence then took over all over the place in the country. Can you say election, violence there? So there is an existential threat on the democracy.
Where the way I see the democracy right now, as a team, we for work as a team, because one, we are all nation, and I want to Mami Bonui, we na Mama Salon. If who can the present government can they will not make relationship between ourselves. We will create problems among ourselves, more with the youth them. Because one, when I say democracy, we for unite, we for it together as a nation, as a whole. But to me on side, what I see right now the country, it looks scrambled. Because we not get peace, we not unite as a Sierra Leoneans. All man get different mind. And enough for work so. Because what we think about the nation as a whole, we are all Sierra Leoneans. If I be Lami Kamara, I be Lami Soa, you be Santiki Kamara, you be Boake Momo, we are all Sierra Leoneans. So the elders of Sierra Leone, they need to come together, just like what happened yesterday. As I'm proud of myself as a Sierra Leoneans. The past government and the present government are glad what happened yesterday. When they come to one, they unite, they talk to themselves as a leader of this country, the past man and the present man. This time make we Sierra Leoneans.
No, democracy not they safe. You don't get democracy because when you see somebody getting right, if you talk then they all am, not to democracy. So we not get democracy at all in this country. But who does a bear no more? Because they no effect for one the country. Now we then they take advantage over. So this trip here, they are we don't not interested over the again safe. The issue again for we. Yeah? Nana they will get for telling. Because they all not fail with the president, they all. Matter, you don't fail with all. We tire. Because I promise enemy. Then they do what they tell we. Then does a promise we. How long will they promise we? Though they die in poverty. Will they die will not get thing for it. We don't tire.
We believe say Sierra Leone democracy will they make progress. Democracy not to something where they win a scale. That's where they progress from one point to the other. The only thing we big one for add to that, the two political parties where we get now the country when the governing party when SLPP and the governing party, the opposition when the APC, now then for come together, for make them work together as one people, for let this country developed. But in terms of democracy, I think we make a progress in Sierra Leone. Looking at other African countries, we're going to see like a Guinea. Guinea, we don't make election up to now, so man not take seat up to now it. And just go to some place, then do some kind of thing. Togo, not the same thing. Zimbabwe, not the same thing. South Africa, not the same thing. But we in Sierra Leone, I think they make a progress in terms of democracy.
Democracy not tell well for now. But I'm glad for one thing. We happened them this yesterday. Where the past president go meet the present president. That make me feel joy for Mama Salon.
So you say the democracy not steady right now. So we tell you now the things so you see say not steady in the country.
Because our word no day. Our word no day in the nation. Nation we get peace, we unite. Without peace, no they unite. People for realize on one thing. After election, politics is done. And then for realize on after election, politics is done. So people for realize say Mama Salon, now we dey, now them plan to enable. Say now them plan to enable. There's no place like home. Maybe they try for take politics, put them before, it not tell well. Not tell well at all not. Because politics after election, politics done. That people for member. Then people where they take politics in their hands, like say na chop for it, no. No, it no make no sense. People for realize say Mama Salon, now we dey. no place like home.
I think we're in what you might refer to as a fledgling democracy. There are quite a number of areas that we need strengthening. And theorists will tell you that you might say there are certain principles of democracy. Having said that, you do not have a country that would be 100% perfect. Every country strives to ensure that they achieve democratic principles. But in Sierra Leone, I think I would always say we are still yet to fully grapple the sort of democracy we want, because democracy actually provides the opportunity for citizens to fully engage in the governance process, to have choices in terms of social and economic, not just about political choices. We need to be able to have opportunities that helps us define who we want to be, where we want to go, the profession we would like to have, where we would like to stay, and our own individual growth and development. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be grappling all of that. We allow the party politics to dominate what we should be achieving as a country in terms of believing in the democratic principles. We are still battling with issues of abuse of power, which comes around with issues around corruption. We are still having issues around citizens' participation, exercising our civil rights. Citizens who say we want to hold a peaceful demonstration, and you'll hear 1965 Public Order Act coming on board. So even the basic freedoms of people, in as much as it might not be as restrictive as probably in other countries, but I think the sort of democracy we want to see in this country is a space where we have a little bit more freedom, where we have a dissenting view on issues. If we want a peaceful demonstration, we should be able to have a peaceful demonstration, as you see happening in other countries.
Present democratic status in Sierra Leone is questionable in the sense that our democracy has been diluted. Of course, you will agree with me that we've had several elections in this country. Starting from 1996, we've got successful elections up to 2018. But the period after 2018, we realized that most elections have come under attack because the recent concluded elections ended up in commotions and disturbances. And that is not good for democracy, especially when the election was about a constituency. And after the election, we came to realize that the election itself was cancelled. A group of people decided to just disrupt the whole election. And the National Electoral Commissioner did not think wisely, but to cancel the election. That is a crossroad it's a speed bump to democracy as far as I am concerned. And we've also heard about elections in other areas. Of course, in Medina, the election there was also disrupted. And the election there was marred with violence, and at the end of the day, the election results was called. And that election result also had so much confusion, mistrust and suspicion.
Yeah, well, we have come a very long way as a nation, though we agree that there are challenges in the democratic dispensation, but I believe that we have come a very long way. We had peaceful elections, we had peaceful transition from the incumbent, by then APC, to the opposition, SABP, and we have had, of course, the successful transfer of power. And following the ascendancy to office by His Excellency the President, we have, of course, continued to follow up on the democratic dispensation. There are challenges, I must say, but on the whole, we believe that we are making progress.
Okay, so what can you tell us about those challenges that you've identified so far?
We have a highly polarized society, wherein the political class has been able to divide the people on the basis of tribe, region, sections, and what have you. And this has actually eaten seriously into the cohesion of our state. And that is why almost every issue in this nation is reduced to politics. Almost every single thing, even the food we eat, is reduced to politics.